How can you convert more of the leads you're generating as a real estate agent? Hi, I'm Lowry with the Lowry Team and eXp Realty, and today I want to talk to you about how you can convert more of the leads that you're generating as a real estate agent. How are you converting them? What's the process look like? How can you get more business out of those leads? So let's dive in. Let's talk about that. First, I think we have to recognize the approach is different depending on where the lead comes from, what the source is. For instance, let's say you got a referral lead from a friend. You're going to treat that person and the follow-up process a little differently versus maybe an inquiry off your website for one of your listings. Versus, if you're generating Facebook ads or Google AdWords, PPC leads, if you're generating a lot of those, the follow-up's going to look different. If you're getting the friend's referral, you're literally just going to, reach out to them, maybe a couple times of following up or shooting them a text, and you get a dialogue started and off you go. With internet leads though, it can be very much a different game. It's a long game. It takes a lot of lead follow-up to get that person into a position to be a client. Generating the leads actually isn't that hard. Generating the leads and then converting them to business is where the challenge really comes into play. And so what that cadence of follow-up really needs to look like is a really long one. That attention generally from a lot of agents gets paid to these new leads that come in right off the rip. Maybe they get called right away. You heard speed to lead was a thing, right? Well, it is, but speed to lead will only solve for part of the problem. So calling them right away, getting them on the phone, having that initial conversation, super important. Here's one of the problems with lead conversion today in 2024. That is, a lot of people don't pick up the phone when they don't recognize the number. So when you're calling them and they don't know that number, they're not going to answer at a pretty high rate. We find it to be that about 15% of people at any given time when you're dialing the number will actually say hello. So that's a lot of people that aren't. That's where text messaging comes in. Text messaging in 2024 is so much more important than it's ever been. Sending a sequence of text messages. And you also can't forget about our old friend sending the email. It's the old school way, if you will, for a lot of people, but it still works. And so lead conversion isn't one of those channels, it's really all three. I call it land, sea, and air. It's calling, texting, and emailing to get those conversations started. And a lot of these leads, as you generate them, the Facebook leads, the Google PPC leads, and so forth, they don't convert right away. Some of them do. Like you might get a Facebook ad, a Facebook lead, and sell them a house by the weekend. That's awesome, and it's not the norm. And so long-term follow-up means that we need to have like an email drip campaign built out that's going to run periodically for maybe up to 2 years on the lead, that you're going to have to be willing to still be calling them 30, 60, 90 days later. You're going to be willing to still be sending text messages, same period of time, trying to get those folks to respond. And then here's a key factor in lead conversion. You need to watch the behavior of the people that are on your site, and when you see people coming back time and time again, maybe you have a system that alerts you to those types of behaviors. Those people in particular really, really need a lot of extra follow-up. So I just took you through kind of a high-level overview of what that needs to look like. I'm happy to help you get started with that. Maybe you're having some challenges with generating some leads, or you're generating them and they're not converting. I'm happy to help. Click the link below where it says book a strategy session with me. It'll give you a chance to go straight to my calendar where you can pick a time where we can do a quick call over Zoom and just talk about what you're doing. I'll share some of what we're doing, see if we can help you get to convert those leads at a higher level. So click the link down below, book a strategy session with me. There's no obligation. I'm happy to help. Otherwise, I will talk to you next time.